Today I'd like to talk about what I call being on all fours. And the key here is the number 4. First thing we're going to talk about is fighting procrastination. The 4 keys to avoid procrastination are expectancy, sensitivity to delay, sensitivity to value, and metacognition. Expectancy is we underestimate our chances of doing well, which reduces motivation. Like Eeyore, we don't think we can be successful, so we don't even try. Part of the problem is we don't know how to define success. Frankly, just because you got an A doesn't mean you were inherently more successful than someone who got a B. If the goal is learning, that is success. Sensitivity to delay. We fail to recognize how our current delaying tactics will impact success. We don't understand that when we delay, we aren't going to get stuff done. It's going to impact how successful we can be. Sensitivity to value. We fail to recognize the value of the task and getting it done on time. We don't think it's a problem if we text and drive. Well, it may not be for you, but it might be for the person you plow over. That lack of value, recognizing the value, isn't a problem with the assignment. It's a problem with your ability to recognize the value. This metacognition. We lack the capacity to think analytically about our own thinking. We bury our head in the sand. We have to think about our own thinking, our motivations. 4 prompts to fix procrastination. First one, how would someone successful complete this goal? If you don't know, find out. How would you feel if you don't do the required task? If it doesn't bother you, why? Why are you okay if you don't do what you're supposed to do? And then apply that metacognition. It's not okay to not complete your required task. It's not okay to let yourself and other people down. That's not okay. Stop telling yourself it is okay. What is the next immediate step to do? Once you figure that out, do it. Don't stand in the middle of a rushing stream. Figure out where to go next and then go there. Do it. You can't stay in the middle of that stream. If you could do one thing to achieve the goal on time, what would it be? As Warren Buffett says, the most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. If there's one thing you can do to get done on time, do it. Stop digging that hole that you've put yourself in. How would someone successful complete this goal? How will I feel if I don't do the required task? What's the next immediate step? And if I could do one thing to achieve the goal, what would it be? How about improving communication? The 4 things your words should be. When I want to communicate better, I do the following things with my words. At least I try. Try to be honest. I take away the fear. So oftentimes I'm not honest with my words because I'm afraid of the other person's reaction. Now, I want to be very specific here. Being honest is not the same as being hurtful. Because if I have to critique somebody, I need to lead with grace. I need to lead with humility. I need to acknowledge that whatever flaw I'm trying to point out, in all likelihood, I've demonstrated that flaw significant number of times. And therefore, I need to be humble when I approach that person. Let me help you. I've been there. I've done those things. I don't like it that I've done those things, but let me help you. Take away the fear, though. My words should be few. Take away my self-importance. Look I don't need to tell you how great I am. I need to, if I'm going to help you, or if I'm going to help correct you, I need to do it briefly. I need to do it with understanding, and I need to not lecture you with long diatribes. I need to be wise. You need to take away that thoughtlessness. It's not all about me. I need to give you what you need when you need it. And maybe with my wisdom, it tells me now is not the time to approach you, but maybe another time would be better. I need to have wisdom. And I need to be kind. Take away indifference and irritability. Look, especially for teachers in the classroom, we have a student not doing what he or she is supposed to do. They're not meeting my expectation. And some days I'm more tolerant of that than other days, because some days I'm more irritable, and some days, or for some students, I may even be rather indifferent, which is not the way to be. I need to take those things away and lead with kindness. When my words are honest and few and wise and kind, I always communicate better. Always. And so will you. Our 4 classroom goals. We have 4 goals for the classroom. Be successful. Well, remember, what's the definition of success? It's learning. It's not about the grade. Be fairly compensated for your work. And I put the word compensated in quotes there. It's not about pay. It isn't really about the grade. Are you getting back what you put into it? Are you learning? Is it worth the? Are you putting an effort in and you're getting that your teacher is doing what they need to do to help you learn? That's your compensation to learning. Have the right job fit. And what I mean by job fit here is, look at if are you in the class, are you doing in the work in the class that best suits you? If you struggle, I have taught many American history classes in which I had students that were learning the English language. I need to give them the right job fit. I need to provide opportunities for them to be successful that doesn't necessarily require a mastery of reading and writing English. I need to give them the right job fit. I need to give you what you need to do. That doesn't mean that I shouldn't try to teach you new skills, but you need to have the right job fit. Or let's say, for example, that I know that your best friends are in the class, and if you sit together, it's going to be hard for you to learn like you should. Then the teacher needs to make that accommodation to perhaps separate you so you are in a better job fit in that classroom. And that you need to know that your work matters. In my class, what you do matters. Your work matters. It's part of your learning. You're doing important things in that classroom. There are 4 unsuccessful responses to work: to be disengaged, to be disappointed, to be overengaged, and to be underworking. Tuned out in your classroom, that's not going to be successful. Disappointed because you didn't get the grade you wanted on the last test. It's okay to feel momentary disappointment, but you can't carry that into the next unit or the next assignment. Overengaged, you are so stressed with your sports and activities and other classes that you're overengaged before you even get to my room, or that you're not doing enough. That you take, everybody has bad days. Some days you just take the day off. But if you do that, if you take a day off today, and we only have class 4 days in a week, you've just taken 25% of the week. And remember now, in a typical, at least in my school, high school class, we have 18 weeks in a semester. If it's a semester-long course, 18 times 4 for your, 72 class sessions. And if you take a day off per week because you just need to kind of get yourself geared up, you're going to take 25% of the time off and expect to be able to keep up. Well, if you can do that, perhaps my class needs to be more challenging. You can't underwork. 4 steps to success in general would be to reject passivity. You can't be passive in life. You need to be active, especially in school. Accept responsibility. You have to not reject responsibility, but accept it. Joy is in responsibility, not outside of responsibility. Lead courageously. Be a leader in the classroom. Don't be fearful. Invest long term. This class that you're in right now is part of your overall success, not because you're going to use some material in that class 20 years from now. Because if that's your criteria for doing something, there's so much you do every single day that you're not going to need 20 years from now. It's just part of the whole journey that you're on. Invest in yourself long term. And that is to be on all fours.